Hello friends, welcome into the craft room. I'm back inside. Come on in and join me here in the craft room. My name is Susan. This is Revive DIY and Upcycle Designs. I am thrilled to have you here with me. I want to real quick go over the project that I did last night. I know I kind of left abruptly without finishing it. And I was just like, you know what? I can't do it all on camera, so I might as well just go ahead and let these guys go, finish it up, and then come back and share with them. So I did just post a picture. Sorry, my nose is itching. I did just post a picture of this to show you the finished product. So I'm trying to do it without the glare of the ring light, but I wanted you guys to see it up close so you could see what I did. So you remember last night I just chalked this transfer. Oh, I hate that, the ring light. I have to have it because it's kind of gotten overcast. But I had to have, I chalked the, sorry, I chalked the transfer, the saying on the glass, but then I wanted to do something in the background, number one, to kind of make that pop, which it does in person. You might not be able to see it because of the shadow from the light and whatever, but it shows up really well in person. But I wanted something in the back just to kind of tie the saying together and just give it a little more interest. So if you remember, this is just a shadow box I got from, I think, Michael's. And I had not used it yet, and I was showing you how you could set it up so that it could be reusable, so you could repurpose this, because whenever you chalk on glass, you can change that out if you want. It's basically a reusable surface. So I wanted to go over that with you real quick and just kind of show some of the things that I used, the supplies I used, in case you wanted to try this for yourself. But before I do that, I want to make sure everything's, yep, I'm showing up as live. So I am going to pull that up over here on my iPad. And you'll notice that I did feature a link of the project that we're going to do today, which is inking a t-shirt. But when you hop on, if you guys would just hit that heart button, and if you would sprinkle out the video, let me know in comments if you sprinkle it out. Sprinkling just means to tag a friend, send it to them in Messenger, something like that, just to help me spread my love of creating with the world. Every little thing you do, the comments, the loving, the comments, and the doing the loving on the heart. Oh my gosh, you guys, blah blah blah, doing the heart on the video, things like that. All of that helps Facebook know that you know, people want to see what I'm doing, and it'll get out there to more and more people. And that's just my goal, you guys. I love to be able to share these ideas with you guys. So when you do that, make sure you let me know. I just sprinkled it out into another group and to my VIP group. So I'd love to have you in my VIP group too. I am going to put a few comments or a few links in the comments for you so that you guys can check out anything else that you want to besides the project that we're doing today, that it's always easily accessible. I'd like you guys to have that. So let me put that in there and we will get to it. I will explain exactly what I did here. Okay, now it's pinned. Awesome. Great. Now hopefully I'll be able to see comments. Okay, so yeah, like I was saying, I chalked on the glass, but this is a shadow box. And what I did was, the back, if you had left it alone, the back would look like this, exactly like that. So I didn't like that. I mean, obviously that's kind of boring, and I wanted it to stand. I wanted it to help my my design stand out. I'll do this, see if that'll help. So what I did was I just took a simple piece of white fabric. This happened to be one of those squares that you can get. Actually, it's rolled up. It's one of those, I think it's called a square, I don't know. But it's rolled up, you get it at Dollar Tree, and you can get it in all different colors. So I could have done, I could have decoupaged a napkin on there. I could have put a piece of scrapbook paper in there, which is what I've done in the past, or a piece of cardstock, anything in the back. And I could adhere it or not adhere it, just cut it exactly to size and put it on there and change it out whenever I wanted to. Because like I said, I can change out this surface if I want to. I can take that off next month and do a Father's Day quote, or I could do it patriotic. I could do whatever I want to reuse the surface if I wanted to. Now, if I'm giving this as a gift, obviously I'm not going to do that. But this time I chose to do it on the fabric, and I'll tell you why. Because as you can see, it says, you know, the mom is the piece. So I wanted to incorporate some puzzle pieces. Well, I went to the Dollar General. I got a super, I think it was $1.50 for this 500 piece puzzle. It was a little smaller than I wanted, but It's fine. It works perfectly. And then what I did was I just used, this is what I use. That's why I wanted to tell you guys this, because I did not do this on camera. I started working on it with my hot glue gun, and I was like, this is not going to work. And my hot glue gun died. So I only used hot glue to tap my the fabric down on the back of this, and that will come off. You can make that come off, so it's not permanent. It'll stay on there as long as I want to, but if I want to change it out, it will come off. Hi Patty, thanks for joining me. So what I did for the pieces that I adhered to the fabric instead was I just had some of this clear tacky glue. It's just craft glue, and you can get it just about anywhere that you can buy craft supplies. So I went ahead and I just did like an outline of around the edges so that you could see, and I just picked puzzle piece colors that I liked for it, and I kind of kept in that same family of colors. So that glue, it's not like hot glue where it sets up real quick. So it takes a little bit longer, but it is clear, it dries clear, so if any is showing, you won't be able to tell. So I just put this all around the edge, and then I picked my pieces and put it on it, and I let it sit overnight and dry. So once that was done, oh, I've got some fingerprints on here. Once that was done, all I did was put the back on it, and like I said, I had already glued that down. So now that is perfect, and then when I want to change it out, I take that off. I can peel off this piece of fabric. It's actually going to still have the puzzle pieces on it, and I could even reuse this again next year. I could make it all over again in a whole nother color. But then what I decided was I just had some, these are flowers I've picked up at the Dollar Tree. I always look at their florals, and if I see some colors or fun type of flower that I like, I grab them. So this is just, I have a whole big basket downstairs, and I use it as part of my decor. I just have a huge basket that says flowers. And I go down there and I shop from it whenever I need something. So I just use this for the craft, and I just pulled off one of them, and then I hot glued it in here. But again, I can pull that out if I want to. But I just wanted to tie in the color that I had used, which that is actually our Shimmer Flamingo chalk paste. So that's what I did to finish it. So I think any mom would like that. Or you can just put it up around, I may put mine on my coffee bar. I don't know. But I wanted to show you guys that, how super easy it is, and how you can reuse the surface. I got a fingerprint, and I can't tell if it's on the inside or the outside. Probably on the inside, but it won't be that hard to fix. So that's what I did. Wanted to show you guys that, and then we can change it out next month if we wanted, or leave it this way, or give it as a gift. You could do it multiple for all the moms in your family, or all the moms that you want to give it to as a gift. You could change the chalk paste color out and just use your transfer and change. You could even just get one of these puzzle pieces and just keep doing it. You wouldn't even have, or puzzles, and you wouldn't even have to buy more than one. And I think these shadow boxes came in a 2-pack, I'm pretty sure. But the other thing I wanted to tell you is, come back next week. I have to make a trip to Hobby Lobby and get a supply that I need. But if you guys will come back next week, I will show you how you could actually even personalize this for yourself. Hey, Teresa. For yourself, or for whoever you're giving it to, you can actually personalize this a little bit more. But I have to get to Hobby Lobby, and I didn't have time to do that yet. So come back and I will share that as well. Okay, so that's just one fun Mother's Day gift idea I wanted to share with you. We do have several Mother's Day or mom-related transfers. Now, you know, this doesn't have to be just Mother's Day. I mean, this is absolutely a true saying all the time. Yay, I'm so glad to hear that, Teresa. Oh, I know you must be happy. Oh, I hope this is his last time he has to go in the hospital. I really do. Okay, but now I want to show you what we're going to work on today. Okay, so that was from yesterday. I just wanted to kind of wrap that up because I left so abruptly, and I was just like, you know what? I'm not making any headway. Let me get out of here. I know you are happy. So if you saw earlier on my page, and if you didn't, you'll know I'm live if you see a red circle around my profile picture. If not, you're catching me on the replay. But either way, I am so glad you're here. Make sure you always say hi, like my friend Teresa did. And let me know where you're watching from, or answer questions. I love to interact with you guys, and I always go back and answer them. But if you have not liked and followed my page, I would love for you guys to do that. And if you have, maybe you already saw my post that I did a little bit earlier today. So I had to do a little prep work for tonight's project. I got a little later start than I wanted to, but because I had to do some chores. I had so much to get done today. I was out and about all day yesterday. Oh, very good. Congratulations. That's exciting. You're starting something new. I'm sure that'll be great, Teresa. I'm happy for you. Lots of good things happening. I'm glad to hear that. So I did get a little bit later start working on my projects that I wanted to, but Mondays are usually my day to get my house in order. I don't know about you guys, but once everybody kind of gets back to normal and I can get around and get things cleaned up and put back in order, that's kind of what I do on Mondays. But yesterday I treated myself and I went and spent several hours with a friend just catching up. So my soul needed that, my heart needed that, so, and my attitude needed that. So I had to catch up on, you know, mom duties today. So what better time to talk about a mom shirt? So do you wear Mother's Day shirts, or do you wear shirts that say mom on it? If you do, you're gonna love this. So I did post earlier though the prep work that I was doing on some shirts. I had 4 shirts of mine and one of my little buddies, my little grandsons, that I'm going to do a shirt for, that I'm going to ink a shirt for. And this is one of them. So I bought this shirt and it was just this color, which is obviously a fabulous color. And I bought it a little oversized just because I thought it looked comfy, and it's really thin. I think it's going to be very nice for all the hot days that we're going to have here in North Carolina. We have a lot of hot days, and it runs all the way through October most times. So the cool thing is I'm going to ink this shirt. I'll be able to wear it year after year after year after year, and it's going to be perfectly, just as perfect as it was when I first made it. So I decided that I wanted to add a little character to it, so I did a bleach process. So if you go back to my page, you'll be able to see how I did that, or I'll explain how I did it. I didn't show it step by step, but I did talk about it step by step. So you'll be able to see what I did, and you know, it's just kind of, it's not supposed to be uniform. It's supposed to be just haphazard, and just kind of, just to add a little bit element of interest, and also that it will, you know, kind of make it so that you don't have the same shirt everybody else has. I don't know if that bothers you. It doesn't bother me, but it's like, oh, I like to have a little extra flair to mine. Since I can make it a little personalized, why not? So we are going to put a design on here, and it is a mom saying. And if you are a mom of probably tweens to teens, or even if you're just a mom, you probably hear this term anyway. I'm sure you've heard the term bruh all around. It seems like it's the big thing right now that that everybody does. But a lot of times, even you as a mom are called bruh. So this is the cutest. I'm going to take it out of here because I know I'm going to have a reflection on there if I don't. So let me take it out of my, I haven't used it yet. It's brand new. I usually, if I'm going to make a t-shirt with something, then I like to do it the first time I'm using it. But look at this transfer. Is that not fun? Mom, mama, mommy, mom, bruh. You know, I mean, usually if they're trying to get your attention and you may be a little distracted or didn't answer the very first time, not that they do, but you may have heard this before. So this is super fun, and I am going to put this on my t-shirt today, but I have also decided what I'm going to be doing is just the bruh. I'm going to put that on my my grandson's sweatshirt, one of his sweatshirts that he has. I'm just going to put bra on there because, you know, they're just funny that way. Now, I wanted to show you a couple variations of this. First of all, this is we are doing this for, you know, for moms, but we haven't forgot about dads. Stay tuned, because next month we're going to be doing a fun shirt for dad, and I'm going to do this for my hubby, and hopefully he's going to wear it. He better wear it. But I might even do it for my son too, who's, you know, who is a dad. So this is super fun. We didn't leave dads out. We do have something coming for next month. So I just wanted to show you. We have, you know, we like to have a little bit of fun with you guys and show you different ways that you can create your own fun apparel or pillows or signs or whatever it is that you want to do. I am actually going to tell you about something else. All right, I'm sorry, I'm getting distracted. I'm getting a text from one of my kids. So it says mama, mommy, mom, bruh. Okay, if you don't like that bruh on there, or you're like, I don't get it, or I don't like that. Why, you know, I don't let my kids call me that, whatever. However you feel about it. If you don't like that, leave that off. Just don't put that on there. Just do mama, mommy, mom. right? You could stop right there. Or let me just show you something else that you could do that I was coming across. Because I was digging through my transfers trying to find something to pair up with this, because I want to put the words here, but I also want to put a little image on here just to make it something about me. So I have pulled a couple transfers that I'm going to consider. I have to decide before I do it, but I have to decide. I have a couple different images that I'm going to put on there, but I saw this one when I was going through and I was like, this would be fun too, wouldn't it? So, you know, maybe they're trying to get your attention. Mama, mommy, mom, and you don't want the bro. Well, what about this? Have you guys seen, because you can mix and match transfers, you guys. Don't forget, if you've got them, use them. Or if you see two that you like, you can put them together and make your own custom, really customized thing. But look at this. Have you guys seen this before? Queen of everything. Okay, super cute. And you could do this on so many different things. Queen of Christmas, you don't have to do everything. You can do queen of whatever. Football, queen of baseball, queen of whatever it is, queen of the beach, I don't know, whatever you want to do. But I was just thinking, you know what might be even cute would be mom, mama, mommy, mom, and instead of bruh, you could put queen. Right? I mean, you guys mix and match your transfers. Make whatever, you know, maybe that's what they need to be calling you because daggone it, you are. And they need to recognize that. But anyway, I just thought I would point that out to you guys and show you how fun is that. That is definitely, you can mix and match and have some fun. But what we're going to do is just do this one, and I have picked out some colors. So I picked out my couture teal because I think with this bright pink it's just going to look so great, and I just love bright colors. But then and I'm going to do that mommy, mama, mommy, mom, and then for bruh I'm going to do it in tide. So I just think those are two really complementary colors. It's going to look great with this, and I think that's going to be fun. And then that's not all, you know, like those infomercials, but wait. I also have pulled out my shimmer silver ink because I am going to put this on here, but I also want to put something else with it, an image or something. So I'm trying to decide between the I love you, the ASL I love you sign, or a dragonfly, because I've told you guys before the dragonfly is kind of my symbol. You could even do a butterfly for your mom, a bee, whatever you want, but I'm leaning towards the dragonfly, I think, more than that. I might even just put this on the back, you guys. I might put this on my back, for real. I like putting things on the back of shirts, too. So, anyway, I just wanted to show you that's what we're going to be working with today. So, I have included in the link that I featured, I included like a bundle. So, all that's in there is this transfer. I included one ink single. You can add more. You would only need one for this project, but you can add more or change the color or do whatever you want. You can always add and delete from the carts that I set up, but it just gives you a basis to kind of know what you're going to need. But I've included this color ink, and I've included a mini squeegee, which is the tool. You could get a bigger squeegee if you don't want a mini. Get a small, because if you're doing it all in one color, this is the small size. That would absolutely work for you. If not, I did include a mini, but if you want a small, switch it out for a small. It's not very much difference in price. And also, so I am actually going to need a couple, so I'm going to pull a couple out. A couple different sizes out, because since I'm doing this. Also, I included an ink mat. So that's what I have under here. I've gone over this with you before. They're large size. I just cut it down so that it would fit under here perfectly. But you need some kind of ink mat or something to put in between the layers of your shirt. Okay, because you don't want your ink to bleed through, especially this one. Like I said, it feels fairly thin. You don't want it to bleed through to the back of your shirt. So put something in between it, but the ink mats are great because they're sticky. So as you can see, I'm picking this up and doing all this. It's going to it holds my fabric in place. So I don't have to worry about it shifting around while I'm doing my ink project. Okay, now we're going to go ahead and get started. Let me move this out of the way. I do always suggest that you keep a, hang on a second, let me grab this. Get you a wet paper towel or a baby wipe for your fingers while you're working with ink. And you may even want to put an apron on, a craft apron. I'm not too worried about it, but if you are, put a craft apron on because you are working with ink. And even though it's not heat set yet. It can stain your clothes. It can stain anywhere that it gets on. So just be careful with it, okay? Now, I did not wash this shirt, but after I was happy with how the bleach looked, I took it to my sink and I rinsed it completely out very thoroughly, and then I put it in the dryer to dry it so that I could do the project, because I wanted the ink to kind of stop, not the ink, sorry, the bleach solution to stop working. So that's what I did. So just so you know, but I will wash it. I just didn't need to wash it before I did this part of the project. So I am going to actually turn this around so I can see it and I can line up my transfer. I generally use like a 3-finger width down from the collar. Now, when you use your ink mat, you want your fabric on there smooth. You want it smooth because we always want a nice smooth surface to work with, but don't pull it taut because you don't want it to stretch your fabric. So you just kind of want it on there to just hold it in place, but you know, kind of like smooth out the wrinkles, not smooth out the wrinkles a little bit, but not stretch your shirt. Because I have not used this before, it's super sticky, which is fabulous. It's exactly what I want, but I do want to, I will not fuzz it, okay? Because I want it as sticky as possible. And obviously the shirt's made out of fabric, so it's going to stick to that really well. I always mark the front and back of my transfers. I hadn't done that yet, so that when I wash it, I put it back on where properly, because you always want to put your transfers back on their backer sheets. They are sticky, like I said, and then we have a glossy side. It needs to go on that glossy side, otherwise you're going to pull up paper and ruin your transfer. So that's why I mark the front and back. So I'm just going to take this right off of my sheet, and then, like I said, this is super sticky, and once I'm done using it, even with the ink, I'll just take it to the sink and a board eraser, wash it, and all right, I'm gonna try to find the middle, actually, guys. Hang on a second, because we got a lot of different size words here, and I want to find kind of like where the middle is. And this is what I usually do. So I look for the first and the last letter of whatever the longest word is, and then I kind of fold my transfer in half, and it will go back to not having that bend in there after I wash it. But that kind of tells me where the middle is. And then again, I look about 3 finger widths down is about what I do, give or take. And I also try to look at the garment itself to find out where is the, you know, where the tag, this is a tagless, but where is where they've put the tag, where it should be in the middle of the garment. So that's kind of how I place mine. I do have those guides as well. You can get them on Amazon. I have those plastic guides that you can put down, but I hardly ever use them. I usually just eyeball it. You guys. So it may take me a minute to get it straight. Bear with me, and then I'll flip it around and let you guys see what I'm doing. I think that's good. Okay, so once I have it straight and placed on my garment the way I want it, I usually start from the middle and I smooth out, especially my silk screen area, because you want it a nice contact, no bubbles, no bumps, no wrinkles, nothing in the way that's going to prevent, because this area that you can see through, that's the silk screen area, and that's where your ink is going to go through. So we are all set. Cool, right? All right, so I usually try to move any of the extra material kind of out of the way a little bit, just so that I have less chance of dropping. If I drop ink on it somewhere, then guess what? I'll just make it work. I'll figure out a way to turn it into a design. That's kind of what I do. Now, our ink, like I said, we don't have it in every single color we have as chalk paste, but we have it in a lot of colors, You pick what you like. We have black, we have white. If you just want to keep basic, we have lots of colors. And we also now have single packets of ink, which is what I included in the cart link. Single packets of ink that you can actually get more than one project out of. So if you want to give it a try, this is the best time to do it. And I always have trouble getting my teal one open. I don't know why. Probably have some dried stuff. Anyway, that's my teal, and I'm going to do all of this part in the teal, and then I'm going to put bruh in my tide, okay? I'm just gonna take my squeegee right in there. And honestly, a little bit goes a long way. I'm gonna overdo what I need. I think probably more than what I need right now, but I can always pull off the extra. And then you just apply it directly to your silk screen. I do suggest you kind of just work one direction, like up and down or side to side, not both. But you'll notice that it does soak right into your garment. If you're doing a fabric or, you know, a textile, you'll notice it soaks right in. So that is very nice. And then that means that you don't have to work quite as quickly as you do with chalk paste for a large design, just because it's already seeping into the fabric and not staying in the silk screen. And you can tell whether or not you've got it covered. And I've had most of these jars for quite a while. So even if you decide to get a jar, if you decide after trying it with the ink, the single packet, and you decide you want to get a jar, it will last you a long time, you guys. I think I started off with, I can't remember if I got shimmer silver first or if I got white. I don't know. I did one of those two, I think. And I can't remember which. But just cover all your silk screen and then pull off any extra. You don't want to waste it. And this is like one of the easiest things to do. I will tell you, I was terrified of it. Well, maybe that's too strong of an adjective, but I definitely thought I would never do it because I was so worried I would mess it up. I don't know what the big deal is. You can practice on an old shirt or something like that, an old sheet or something. So I don't know what the big deal was, why I was so worried about it. But once I did it once, I was hooked. So beware. Just tell you right now, you may get hooked. Now I do mugs, coffee mugs, because you need ink for that. Anything that you have to heat set to make it permanent or that you're going to wash, that's what you do in ink. And then you heat set it. I'm just making sure I have everything covered. I can't wait till my boys see this. They're probably going to give me a hard time. Because they're grown. They're going to be like, Mom, really? Yeah, really? Really? I don't think they call me bro. They might call each other bro. And my grandson will say bro, but not to me. So I think it's fun. You know, you got to have a little fun in this life. Find it where you can. Okay, so that part's done. I'm gonna leave. Like I said, I'm not gonna worry about rushing because it's already soaking into my silk screen, and I actually probably could save some more. Okay, check your fingers in between. I don't want to accidentally touch somewhere and have ink on it, so that's why you always have something close by. Now I'm going to do the Bruh and Tide, which is just a darker teal color. Isn't that pretty? And again, you could leave this part right off if you didn't want to have that. If you were like, I'm not into that. I'm not digging that. Just leave that part off. Or if you just want a shirt that just says mama on it, just use the mama and center it on your shirt. And you could just put a design. Like I was telling you, I'm going to probably put this dragonfly on here. You could just put whatever your kids call you, mama or mommy or mom. You could just put that on there and put your favorite whatever your little favorite thing is. Do you like butterflies? Do you like bees? Do you like the beach? I have a couple little minis also that I was thinking about, like with flip-flops and tropical flower, or even just any kind of flower. Look at your other transfers and see what you have. We had that wonderful one, that club transfer last month that had the flowers on it, the wildflowers. You know, whatever is your favorite thing. You could just put your name, just pick one name from here and ink it on a shirt and add your favorite, and you have it customized. And if you're really talented, you could even get a fabric marker, which I actually have some, and you could write maybe on the back or even somewhere on here, you could write your kids' names. Hey, Kat, how are you today, dear? So here we go. That's what I got so far. Fun, right? Super fun. Now here's our, like I said, I just checked my fingers before I touched that shirt. You saw that. So here's the best part. Here we go. Pull this off. You're gonna see how fun it is. And I would take, normally I would take this right to the sink and wash it. But since I am on my live, I can't do that. So I usually wet mine. But if you are doing it yourself, I highly suggest that you do that because you don't want your ink to dry in your silk screen. But look at that, guys. Isn't that fun? I mean, that is super fun all by itself, right? How fun is that? Super fun. Okay, but I need a little something more because I'm just a little extra. So I am actually, this is, look through your stash, see what you have. Like I said, what is your favorite thing? I love dragonflies. So I have this dragonfly. I do have a dragonfly up here, which I haven't even shared. That one's tomorrow. I'm sharing that tomorrow. But that one's a little bit too ornate for this project, I think. But this is a dragonfly I have left over from a creative Kickstart transfer that we had last year. Yeah, it was last year. I don't remember. I think it was the summer. I'm not sure. I think it was summer of last year. I did a bunch of projects with it, but isn't that dragonfly beautiful? Look at that. So I feel like I need a little something extra. So we're going to add a dragonfly on here for me. So I am actually going to take my dryer. Normally I just let it sit and dry overnight or at least 24 hours. I try to let my ink get completely dry before I ever try to heat set it. And I will be dead honest with you, usually it's more than 24 hours. I have 1, 2, 3 items sitting here right now waiting to be heat set that I've done weeks ago. I kind of like build them all up and then I'll sit down and do a bunch of them. So then you'll start seeing me wearing my shirts or whatever that I've shown you. But I am going to speed it up just a little bit with the blow dryer because I want to put this dragonfly up here near it. And I don't want to touch the wet because the ink is going to be wet. Unless you take a blow dryer to it or let it sit for at least 24 hours, the ink's going to be wet. Once it's dried for 24 hours or with the blow dryer completely dry, you can touch it at that point and it's not going to smear, but you still need to heat set it if you want it to be permanent and be able to wash it and wear it often, which of course I do. And if you don't like this color combination, you find your own shirt. I actually got this one at Target last week. They have quite a variety of different styles of plain shirts. And then I just did the bleach effect to it. And then the other shirts, some of the other ones I got, one of them was from Michaels. I know Hobby Lobby has the Carolina color ones, the really nice soft ones. Isn't that what they're called? What they're called? Comfort colors, not Carolina colors, sorry. Sorry, I'm trying to own everything. Just because I'm in North Carolina. Sorry, guys. I just want to try to make sure this area over here is dry. Because you can layer your inks. Like you can do a layer project with, if you have layer transfers or want to make a layer, you can do that. Just make sure your ink is completely dry before you do the next layer. And then once you have all the layers done, then you'll do your heat setting. It still looks pretty wet to me, so bear with me. I don't want to pull it off. That would probably make it a little faster. I I don't want to pull it off though because I want it to stay on my sheet, on my mat just the way it is right now. So tell me about your day, guys. What you been doing? What have you been doing? I've been inside, I've been outside, I've been doing all kinds of stuff today. It was one of those days where I felt like everything needed to be done at the same time, so I was just going from one thing to the next to the next. Tomorrow, I got to get back outside before the rain gets here on Thursday and finish up my cleaning projects. I got to do the furniture to put back on my porch, and I've got to clean my patio. So that's on the tap for tomorrow. I already told the boys tonight was just fend for yourself dinner night or leftovers. I think I have to make something for my youngest when he gets home from work. But I said, Mama's not cooking tonight. Daddy's gone and Mama's not cooking, so. All right. So I am going to, I feel like it's dry enough. It is still, I mean, I can tell it's still pretty wet, but I think it's dry enough that I can put this on here. And I am just going to put it, I think I want to put it over here. Just right over here. Now what I may also do, guys, I'm going to show you here, is I have actually a couple, oh, if I can find them. If I can find them. Where I put them. I have a couple like little pieces of backer sheet that I've cut from other projects before. I'm not finding it. All right, we'll have to improvise. I didn't dry it all, so I really need to be careful. But I do have some. Once I figure out where I want to place this, which I think I'm going to place it right here. And I'm going to do it in this shimmer silver just because I can. I could choose any other color. I could choose another. I have a really pretty berry. I could do my couture coral. But I think I'm just going to do the shimmer silver. And I am going to use this to kind of protect the ink area so that my sticky part doesn't get on it from my transfer. So I'm just going to protect it a little bit. And I'm going to press this down really well. Oh, wait a minute, guys. I just realized, am I off? Well, I'm going to have to move it over just a tiny bit because I don't want to go off my mat either. So I'm using a smaller mat. So I want to make sure I'm on my mat. Yep, I'm okay. And then press down. Even though I have that on there, help and protect, I got to be careful not to make it to where it's going to give me a bubble because I really don't want any bleeds if possible. Although with the shimmer silver, it would be really hard to see it. Now over here on this side, I'm going to grab another mat from this other one and then just kind of put it there. I'm not worried about my silkscreen area going over top of the ink that I already did because I can layer it, like I said, but I don't want the sticky part to go on the others. I don't want it to take away from any of mine. All right, so now I've got it kind of protected. And like I said, this is from Creative Kickstart last year. It's not available, but go through your stash and find out what you have or look on our website and see. We have so many options, you guys. You could look at some A-size transfers and find things that earlier, and that's why I had it plugged in and I got on here a little bit later. All right, so that means I got to quit running my mouth and I got to hurry up. Okay, here we go. Here's my shimmer silver. Again, it's just going to be a little subtle touch of me. Little touch of whimsy. And you know what I should have probably done is added a little tiny bit of color in the wings. I don't know if I could do that or not. Maybe I could add a little bit of the other two colors over top of it too. Maybe just to give it, tie it all in together. I could always go back and paint it. Okay, so that's done. And what I might do, just because I can, And I'm going to use my fingers, so I got to be careful. But what I'm going to do is finger paint just a little bit. And I'm going to take a little bit of the teal and just kind of see if I can add a little bit more. It may not even work, but it's fun to try. Try experimenting. And then a little bit of my other one. I didn't know I was going to be doing finger painting. Did you guys know I was going to be doing finger painting? Like I said, it may or may not even work. Okay. So now I have ink on my fingers. I got to be careful. I could have done that at the beginning when I was putting the silver on before and just kind of rubbed it all together and kind of did the hot mess. But I didn't think of it until afterwards. So we'll see how it takes. Maybe it picked up a little bit of it. And if it just only picked up a little bit, I'll still be happy with it. But do you see what I did there? All right, guys, let's see. Yeah, it did pick up some. Oh, but I need more silver there. Need more silver there. So if you pull up your design and you notice something's missing, just lay it back down. I'm actually going to use the back side of my transfer or my squeegee. Lay it back down. Sometimes with the shimmer, you have to press harder to get it to go through. So just lay your design back down before you pull it all the way up and just add a little bit more and see what happens. Wipe your fingers again. Let's see how that did. I think his little tail needs a little more too. With the shimmer, press a little harder. That's what I should have done. That was on me. And I'll be honest with you, I'm not sure I cleaned this transfer as well as I could have when I had it back in the... Now remember, our silk screen has I'm trying to think, detail in it, built into it. Yeah, there we go. Now there's no other one like it in the world. One and only. And close up my ink before I start messing around, y'all. Ta-da! See what I did? Fun, right? And if you wanted, you could have put the dragonfly down first and then put Mama over top of it. I could always wash the transfer and put the A back on over top of it if I wanted to, because the dragonfly is kind of over it a little bit. I may do that. We'll see. But I'm going to let it dry. But that's my project idea, you guys. How fun is that? You guys got to give this a try. This is so much fun. Inking is so much fun, and we've made it so easy for you now that we have these single packets. You can just give it a try and decide whether or not you like it for yourself. Just put that back in there until I get something out of the way. But I hope you like this idea. I hope it inspired you from the beginning, where the other video where I showed how to do the bleach, to doing the fun design on it. And it could be any of it. All of our transfers, any and all of our transfers. You could put this on there. You could put anything. Any of our transfers can be used with ink. So don't be afraid to try something. Think outside the box. Create your own design. And you'll love to wear it. People will be like, oh, that is so cool. How'd you do that? I made it. That'll always make you feel good. I'm telling you, that will boost your spirits any day. So I'm going to let you guys go. Thanks for letting me bring this idea into your world. I hope you like it. If you have any questions about any of the products I used or any of the techniques, please feel free to ask in comments or send me a direct message. That's what I'm here for. But I'm going to let you guys go. And until I see you next time, please stay safe, stay healthy, and be blessed. Kat, I'm still praying for you. Bye.